So we make Havdalah. We make a separation between Shabbat and the rest of the week. Shabbat and the rest of time. So some of the things you're going to hear tonight are probably going to be familiar. Some of them will be mostly familiar. If you don't know something or you've never heard it before, give it a chance. Just to give it a chance, that's all I ask. So before the blessings for Havdalah, there's a big paragraph that's very scary, and so we almost never use it. The words are going to be displayed tonight on the screen behind me. Can everyone see? All right. And if the words don't work right, Larry's back there behind the computer, so you can talk to him afterwards. Ozi Mizimeradia Bayehi Lishua 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 Yehudi Hayta ora Besimcha Besason Vika La Yehudi hayta ora. La Yehudi, hayta ora, hayta ora. Besimcha, besason, vihika. Ken tielanu be upon us, we say, Ken tielanu, tielanu, tielanu. Try with me, Ken tielanu, Ken tielanu, tielanu. La Yehudi, hayta ora, hayta ora. Besimcha, besason, vihika. La Yehudi, hayta ora, hayta ora. Besimcha, besason, vihika. We receive an extra soul. Have you ever heard something like that before? So it's called the Neshama Yitzhira. This extra soul that we get just for Shabbat, and during Havdalah, it flies away. It comes back next week. It's one of the things that makes Shabbat so special. Like most festivals and holidays, we have wine. Wine symbolizes joy and happiness and abundance. And then we have the spices. Spices lift up our senses, lift up our ability to sense the things around us. You've heard the saying, it's told that when you lose one of your senses, the other ones take over and become a little bit stronger. Can you hear me now? No? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? No? Oh, there. Oh, my goodness. I can hear me now. Oh. So, have you noticed the pattern so far? We've got the wine, which we taste. We have the spices, which we smell. We have the fire. There's a tradition to take your hands, and you're going to kind of bend your fingernails a little bit and point them in the direction of the flame. And if you do it just right, you should be able to see the reflection of the fire in your fingertips. So we're using our senses of smell, our taste, not so much touch, but it's close. We can feel the warmth from the candle, or I can at least. And then we have this final blessing, Hamavdu ben Kodesh lechol, where we separate between what is holy and what is not holy, or what is mundane. And then we get my favorite sound of the week, which is the sound of the candle into the wine. The idea behind this ritual is honestly to make Saturday afternoonish into evening last as long as it possibly can. Because once you go outside and you see 3 stars in the sky, it means a new week has begun and Shabbat is over. Ya la ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la la ya la la ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la la ya la la Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech Haolam, Borei Peri Hagafen, Borei Peri Hagafen, Peri Hagafen, Ya la ya la 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 ya la ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la la ya la la Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Borei minei v'samim Borei minei v'samim Yalalai Yailai Yalalalai Yailai Yalalalai Yalalai 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 Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Borei meorei ha'esh Borei meorei ha'esh Yailai yalalalai Yailai yalalalai Yalalai yalalai Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Hamavdil ben kodesh lechol Hamavdil ben kodesh lechol Yailai yalalalai Yalalai yalalalai Yalalai 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 Hamavdil ben kodesh lechol Chatoteinu yimchol Zareinu v'chaspeinu yarbe kachol V'kakochavim balayla Shavua tov Shavua tov Shavua tov Shavua tov Shavua tov Shavua tov Shavua tov, Shavua tov, a good week, a week of peace. May gladness reign and joy increase. A good week, a week of peace. May gladness reign and joy increase. Eliyahu Hanavi, Eliyahu Hatishbi. Eliyahu, Eliyahu, Eliyahu Hagiladi, Bimheira v'yamenu,
יבוא אלינו עם משיח בן דוד, עם משיח בן דוד, אליהו הנביא, אליהו התשבי, אליהו, אליהו, אליהו הגלעדי.
So they turn the lights back up. For the people at home, I see, Larry, it's okay. So, slichot. Does anyone know what slichot is? You do? You've been to a few? So it's the time to prepare yourself for the coming days as we enter into the high holidays. They're known as the Yamim Noraim, the days of awe, right? It was terrifying as a child. That's all that they called them. They never called them high holy days. It was always the days of awe are approaching. And the images to a child, I had no idea what to expect. I had no idea what that was. It sounded terrible. But there's something to be said about the word awe. So you've heard people say that's awesome. Yeah? So the word awe in Hebrew, it's the same thing. So there's a little bit of fear when we are beholding something amazing. Does that make sense? So the word in Hebrew is yirah, yamim noraim. So it's the days of awe. So something is about to happen, and we're preparing for it, but we're preparing ourselves a little bit for it because we don't know what to expect. We're going to talk a lot about the things we've done wrong. We're going to talk about the things we've done right. We're going to sing melodies that are very, very, very old and some melodies that are very, very, very new. But slichot means to repent, essentially. Now, we have one night to do this, right? So in Israel, traditionally, this happens every single day for 30 days before the high holidays begin. Every single day is a lot of time. I have friends who go and attend the slichot services every day, and they prepare themselves. They prepare themselves, and I don't know how many of you would come out every single day to talk about the things that you've done wrong. I don't know that I would. We don't like to shine lights so often on ourselves and our actions. But this is an opportunity for us to look inside and see where we need a little bit of work in the year to come. Return again, return again, return to the land of your soul. Return again, return again, return to the land of your soul. Return to who you are, return to what you are, return to where you are born and reborn again. Return to who you are, return to what you are, return to where you are born and reborn. I messed up. Larry, if you click on the first slide in Hebrew, it'll work. Getting there? There we go. Shivenu Adonai elecha
ונשובה, ונשובה. חדש, חדש, ימינו כקדם.
Return again.
Return again, return again, return to the land of your soul. Return again, return again, return to the land of your soul. Return to who you are, return to what you are, return to where you are born and reborn again. Return to who you are, return to what you are, return to where you are born and reborn again. Shivenu Shivenu Adonai Elecha Venashuva Venashuva Chadesh Chadesh Yameinu Kekedem.
So the Larrys are very intently trying to make sure that everything goes the way it should. And I'm going to do my best to make sure that that happens. So if you've been here on Friday nights or you've been tuning in, there are these words, Shomer Yisrael, guardian of Israel. Shomer Yisrael, Shemor She'iritz Yisrael, the one who guards over the remnant of Israel. Shomer, Shomer Yisrael. Shomer, Shomer Yisrael. Shemor She'irit Yisrael. Shemor She'irit Yisrael. Ve'al yovad, al yovad, al yovad Yisrael. Haomrim Shema Yisrael. Shomer, Shomer Yisrael. Shomer, Shomer Yisrael. Shemor She'irit Yisrael. Shemor She'irit Yisrael. Ve'al yovad, al yovad, al yovad Yisrael. Haomrim Shema Yisrael. Now is the time for turning. The leaves are beginning to turn from green to red to orange. The birds are beginning to turn and are heading once more toward the south. The animals are beginning to turn to storing their food for winter. For leaves, easily. For leaves, birds, and animals, turning comes instinctively. But for us, turning does not come so easily. It takes an act of will for us to make a turn. It means breaking old habits. It means admitting that we have been wrong. And this is never easy. It means losing face. It means starting all over again. And this is always painful. It means saying I am sorry. It means recognizing that we have the ability to change. These things are terribly hard to do. But unless we turn, we will be trapped forever in yesterday's ways. Lord, help us to turn from callousness to sensitivity, from hostility to love, from pettiness to purpose, from envy to contentment, from carelessness to discipline, from fear to faith. Turn us around, O Lord, and bring us back toward you. Revive our lives as at the beginning, and turn us toward each other. God, for in isolation there is no life. Oh.
Return again, return again, return to the land of your soul. Return again, return again, return to the land of your soul. Return to who you are, return to where you are, return to when you are born and reborn again. Return to who you are, return to what you are, return to where you are born and reborn again. Return again, return again. Return to the land of your soul. Return again, return again, return to the land of your soul.
So we're going to do something now that are called the 13 attributes of God. It's not really a prayer. It's more of a saying just how it is, if that makes sense. We talk plainly when we talk about God sometimes, and this is one of the ways. The words repeat 3 times. The last time I decided I'd put them in English for all of us. We can sing along with them. But for the 13 attributes, we're invited to rise. So if you are able, if you're willing, I invite you to please rise.
Adonai, Adonai, El Rachum Vechanun, Erech Apayim, Verav Chesed Be'emet, Notzer Chesed Le'alafim, Nose Avon Vafesha, Vechata V'nakeh. Adonai, Adonai, El Rachum Vechanun, Erech Apayim, Verav Chesed Be'emet, Notzer Chesed Le'alafim, Nose Avon Vafesha, V'chatat V'nakeh. Adonai, Adonai, compassion and tenderness, patience, forbearance, kindness, awareness, making love from age to age, lifting guilt and mistakes, and making us free.
As clay takes form in a potter's hand, so do we in yours. Mold us into human form. You are the potter, we are but clay. As words are shaped by a poet's hand, so are we by yours. Make us your song. You are the singer. We are your work. As a ship takes its course from a sailor's hand, so do we from yours. Set us on your chosen course. You are the sailor. We are your ship. As threads are patterned by a weaver's hand, so are we by yours. Weave us into your plan, O God. We are your people. You are our sovereign. So we enter now into what's known as the vidui, the confession. You can go, Larry. It's okay. For the sins we have committed against you, let's read together. Sins we have committed against you, through evading and avoiding, because we could not face the truth, for our flight into hypocrisy and deception, because we did not dare to speak, for the facts we dissembled and all we glossed over, for the excuses we made, for fearing with the souls of others, and for shifting responsibilities, for reproaches and recriminations, for our foolishness, our folly, and false standard, for seeing these things never in ourselves, for our complacency which blinds us, and our self-righteousness which lessens us, for calculating kindness and measuring out pity, for charity that is cold and prayers without feeling, for withholding our love, for the appeals that we ignored and the people whom we refused, for the affection which died and our lives that became bitter, for the visions which faded, the ideals we neglected, and the opportunities we lost, for the fear of changing renewal and our unbelief, for saying prayers out loud but refusing to listen, for being our own worst enemy. For all of these things, we say, Ve'al kulam Eloah slichot, salach lanu, mechal lanu, kaper lanu. We ask God to forgive us, pardon us, to grant us atonement. If you click back to the first slide, it should work. The very first one. Okay. That one. Okay. Oh, Ve'al kulam. Yeah, here. Ve'al kulam Eloah selichot, selach lanu, mechal lanu, kaper lanu. Ve'al kulam Eloah selichot, selach lanu, mechal lanu, kaper lanu. Shomer, Shomer, Yisrael. Shomer, Shomer, Yisrael. Shemor, Sherit, Yisrael. Shemor, Sherit, Yisrael. Me'al Yovad, al Yovad, al Yovad, Yisrael, haomrim Shema Yisrael. So we're going to continue with the Ashamnu. Does everyone know Ashamnu? During the Ashamnu, we take our hands and we're supposed to tap our hearts. There are times that I see people like punching themselves in the chest. The idea is not to hurt yourself. The idea is that if you remind yourself, and you remind yourself well and kindly, that the ideas that we're talking about may slip inside. It's not to beat them into yourself. It's to gently try and get them inside of us so that change may be possible. We are all heading towards the better version of ourselves. It sounds like self-help. It's like 3,000-year-old Judaism. It's okay. There. Okay. Aha. Ay 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 nay na 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 nay 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 ya na na nay nay. We're gonna come back to this a lot. Let's see if we can do it together. Ay nay nay ay nay nay ya na na nay 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 ya na na nay nay nay. Ashamnu Asham Bagadnu Gazalnu Dihibarnu Dofi Dihibarnu Ay 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 nay nay ya na na nay 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 ya la la nay 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 Hevinu Vehirshanu Zadnu Hamasnu Shavalnu Sheker Shevan Ay 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 ya na na nay 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 ya la la lai 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 Yatsnura Kizavnu Latsnu Maradnu Niyatsnu Avinu Pashanu Pashanu Sararnu Kishinu Oref Ay lai lai ay lai lai ya la la lai 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 ya la la lai 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 Rashanu Shichatnu Tiavnu Tahinu Titanu Ay lai lai ay lai ya na na lai 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 ya na na lai lai lai. Let's read together. Of these wrongs, we are guilty. We betray, we steal, we scorn, we act perversely, we are cruel, we scheme, we are violent, we slander, we devise evil, we lie, we ridicule, we disobey, we abuse, we defy, we corrupt, we commit crimes, we are hostile, we are stubborn, we are immoral, we kill, we spoil, we go astray, we lead others astray. Let's read together. We abused and abandoned, we acted without thinking, we blamed others when we failed. We boasted, thank you, Larry, did and belittled, we coveted and corrupted, we coerced the weak to do our will. We drove away those we love with silence, we deceived and denied, we enticed and enslaved, we exalted money and material goods, we fouled air, sea, and land, we flattered and falsified. We gravitated to those who gossip. We gave up our ideals and gave in to our impulses. We hated and humiliated. We held grudges and refused to forgive. We ignored and idolized. We insisted that we were right. We judged others rashly and wrongly. We were jealous and unjust. We killed, we were knowingly unkind. We kept to ourselves in the face of need. We lacked commitment to cause we espoused. We were lazy and we lied. We missed the mark and minimized our mistakes. We mocked what we did not understand. We neglected those who depend on us. We were negative and narcissistic. We overreached and overreacted, too often erupting in outbursts of anger. We poisoned and polluted. We perverted truth for personal gain. We quelled the voice of conscience within us. We quit too soon and quarreled too often. We ridiculed and resented. We refused to accept help. We rationalized our failings and our laws. We spurned the wisdom of our tradition. We squabbled and scorned. We talked too much or not enough. We traumatized our children with anger. We issued ultimatums and made ugly threats. We uttered untruths and undermined with cynicism. We were vain and vicious. We vilified foreigners and strangers. We wasted time, strength, and talent. We wallowed in self-pity, wished but did not act. We exploited and excoriated. We expected others to save the world. We yearned too much for prizes and praise and failed to share fully the joys. You may be seated. So this melody, it goes back, we can trace it back at least 1,800 years. And chances are it's probably much older than that. There's a saying when we talk about where the origins of a tune may come from. And in certain circles, it's called a me Sinai. Do you know that word? So Sinai is Mount Sinai. Me Sinai means it's from Sinai. So where did this melody come from? It's been following us around for a couple thousand years.
Nai, 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 na, nai, nai, nai. Na, na, nai, 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 nai. Do you know this? Does it feel like it's that time of year? Yeah. The rain started, so the drive up here, it was pouring and people were pulled off to the side of the road. And I have not seen dozens of cars on the side of the road in a very, very long time. So I guess hurricane season is upon us. But it also means that the high holiday season is upon us. So we say, Avinu Malkeinu, our Father, our King, our Sovereign, our Ruler, our Parent. Our new prayer books, which we'll use for the holidays, tried to take out all of the gendered words for God because they didn't want anyone to feel like they weren't being included. And so in an attempt to do so, they took a little something away, right? It can be our mother, our queen. It can be Imenu Malkatenu. It can be Avinu Malkeinu. I know, it's a lot of words. It can be Avinu Malkeinu, whatever the words are for you. Ay, ay, nay, nay, ay, nay, nay, nay. Nay, 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 ay, nay, nay, nay. Ay, nay, 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 ay, nay, nay, ay, nay, nay, ay, nay. Ay, nay, nay, ay, nay, nay, nay. Avinu Malkeinu, Choneinu V'Haneinu. Avinu Malkeinu, Choneinu V'Haneinu, Ki ein banu ma'asim, Yaseh imanu tzedakah v'chesed. Yaseh imanu tzedakah v'chesed v'hoshieinu. Avinu Malkeinu, Choneinu Malkeinu. Avinu Malkeinu, Choneinu V'Haneinu, Ki ein banu ma'asim, Yaseh imanu tzedakah v'chesed. Yaseh imanu tzedakah v'chesed v'hoshieinu. Avinu Malkeinu, Avinu Malkeinu. Avinu Malkeinu, Choneinu V'Haneinu, Ki ein banu ma'asim. So I want to wish you all a Shavua Tov. It's just a taste of repentance. But hopefully you'll take something with you on your way. You'll probably end up humming Avinu Malkeinu to yourself sometime in the car or later tonight. But the act of actively saying, I did something not so good, or not quite right, or not as good as it could have been, is a very powerful tool. And just like anything else, improvement takes practice. And so as we enter into the days of awe, hopefully we'll all take a little bit of something with us, something to help us get a little bit better, to help us hit the mark instead of missing the mark. Avinu Malkeinu, Avinu Malkeinu. Avinu Malkeinu, Choneinu V'Haneinu, Ki ein banu ma'asim, Yaseh imanu tzedakah v'chesed. יעשה עמנו צדקה וחסד והושיענו. אבינו מלכנו, חוננו והננו. אבינו מלכנו, חוננו והננו, כי אין בנו מעשים.
Shavuot Tov, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Please, Joy. Joy says there's a lot of food left. And if you'd like to take some home, yeah.
If you want to.
Hang on.
Hello.
There we go.
Hello. Hi. If you want to take some home, we have some containers for you to take home and enjoy tomorrow. So please come to the kitchen. We'll come to the social hall. We'll bring the stuff out and you can tell us what you want. Thank you very much for coming. We hope you enjoyed the meal, and that's about it. Thank you. It's my pleasure to do this for everyone.
So someone asked me today, is dinner for slichot a thing that people do? So you've never heard it before? So people do it. My response was that Jews like to eat.
So
Okay.
this was all done by a professional.
On the camera, too.
This was done by Jenna's Pizza. He's done some very nice things for us. We've had pizza and movies, and he brings it here, the food here. He always overdoes because we always have too much. But in a couple of weeks, we're going to be doing a Break the Fast here at Temple Israel. Your sisterhood will be preparing that. We will be preparing food that we know you'll love, and if anyone would like to help, we'll be doing kugels and lox and bagels and all the good stuff that you like to have after we break the fast. So please see me if you're willing to help, because we do have a few people who help with everything, and we'd like to have a few more people who would help with some things. So that's my plea. Thank you.
Since we have so many out here tonight, first, thank you for coming out here tonight. So next Friday night, we have a family fun Shabbat. We don't necessarily have the culinary talents of Jenna. You'll be back to Shore, Slocken, and Hirschman on the barbecue, but it works pretty good. We have confirmation on?
We don't have confirmation,
We don't,
but I think
but-
there'll be honey.
We're working, we have apples and honey. We're working on actually having a beekeeper come out.
No bees,
bees.
just the
Just a
honey.
beekeeper. Could be interesting. And that'll be next Friday night. And of course, a week from tomorrow, we start with Erev Rosh Hashanah. So all these events are going to come up fast and furious. But the first thing is we'd like to see you next Friday night for our barbecue. So anyway, thank you. Thanks, Rabbi. And thanks, Manfred. It's good seeing you.
Oh, the return of Manfred. Return again, thank you. Return again, return to the land of your soul. Return again, return again, return to the land of your soul. Return to who you are, return to what you are, return to where you are born and reborn again. Return to who you are, return to what you are, return to where you are born and reborn again. Shivenu Adonai Elecha Benashuva
Chadesh, Chadesh, Yameinu